Hi guys, hope you are safe and well in Nigeria. Thank you for joining today's Cisco webinar and over to you, Samson.
You guys are keeping safe. Today we'll be discussing about how can we secure ourselves while we are working at home. Most of us we are trapped in various regions, various places. Some are in their hotels, rooms. Some are in their residential places. Some are trapped in the farm. So we are trying to see how can we protect ourselves while we are working at home, because we are now forced to stay at home and work in our houses, not in the office anymore for now. So today we'll be talking about Cisco Umbrella. What does it entails and what does it mean? So my name is Samson Okewo. I'm from Redington, Nigeria Limited. So I'm a business consultant from Redington, East West Africa region. So let me take you back to the memory lane and let's try and look at how our IT, our traditional IT was built. When we look at it, we will see that many years ago, when we want to do our day-to-day activity, we have to travel far and go to the offices, where we have to connect to our network, use our application, use our workspaces, use our critical infrastructure, use our desktop and laptops in the office. So nobody is allowed to leave the office environment. You have to come to the office. And the idea there was that, okay, you have to come to the office because there's a perimeter wall that is built around the office environment, like a security, a tall firewall. Some people call it the wall of China. So only through the wall you can work from anywhere. You're restricted to work within this limited office space. So at the same time, some companies might have branch offices. So the branch office side also, they can't connect to the internet directly. They have to backhaul all their traffic to the what? To the office domain, to the office network, main office network. That's the HQ network. We backhaul their traffic to the HQ network, and from there, all the traffic will go to the internet. So the reason why we are doing this is that because then it was security was a conscious things. But now the way IT was built has changed. The way we work has really, and everybody can come here, like the likes of the Salesforce, the Office 365. Nowadays, most branch offices don't like backhauling. They don't like passing their traffic to the HQ in order to go out of the network. Maybe because it's very expensive. Visually, I know it's very expensive traffic. So they rather go through the internet, direct to the internet. That's their direct internet access. So the way we work has changed. Many things has happened. We can have roaming users. Many people work from houses, from sites, from customer sites, from customer domain, from partner sites. Many people work from hotel and all that. So the way we work has changed now. We work anyway. And also, this is also posing a kind of security challenge because the IT world, the IT hero, they now find it very difficult to keep track of everybody outside the perimeter wall. So that is why Cisco is coming up with something that can provide a point-in-time security for you. So we know we have a lot of the reports that in about 49% of the workforce will be mobile in this era. Normally is happening now. A lot of people are mobile. People don't get sent to the office environment. They don't get restricted to the office environment. They work from anywhere. They have mobile devices. And 82% also admit that they don't use VPN. They don't like using VPN. They turn it off. They rather go to the direct internet access. Maybe because turning on VPN, going back to the traffic calling traffic to the office environment, it's quite expensive for some people, and maybe they realize that the connecting time taking delay. So they rather go direct to the internet. We have many privileges that we use in going to the internet already nowadays. 70% are using, software as a service. Have many nowadays we have a lot of cloud providers. We have a lot of applications sitting in the cloud. So many people are quite using this, like the Google Suite, Office 365, the Cisco WebEx, all of the cloud. So a lot of companies use that because it's a kind of infrastructure as a service for many. Also, 70% of branch offices they agree that they use direct internet access. So they don't connect to the office network. They don't backhaul their traffic to the office. So to the airport HQ, they don't backhaul. They send all the traffic directly to the internet. They connect that to the internet. So all these are posing kind of security challenge. So and that is what Cisco is trying to control. Now let me take you a little bit to how a breach can happen, a data breach can happen. Normally, most companies they are highly vulnerable, and everyone is vulnerable to attacks. There's no silver bullet, So, and a threat actor, the attack, if they want to attack or they want to launch a kind of attack or breach to the company or the network, they will do their normal reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is what they mean by they gather information about, they gather intelligence about what is going around in the network they want to compromise. They will look at what people access most, and they will look at maybe they are the kind of people that access Facebook, maybe Google, LinkedIn, Twitter. So they will look at it that okay, which traffic is coming from all these app. So they can launch an attack through the app, and they will also look for somebody that has less privilege, in the company. Now they will gather the information, and after that they will look at it and say, okay, let me launch an attack through LinkedIn, because they know that many people, they like to look for better offer. They go on LinkedIn page, LinkedIn website to look for a new job and all that. So when you get a message from LinkedIn, you'll be forced to click that. So when you click that message or that link that drops in your email box, definitely a malware will be dropped in your network through the back door. So when you say through the back door, that means through a less privileged security personnel. Maybe a receptionist or a security guard that has a connection to the internet. So through that, they can enter the network. Now, the phishing, that's what we call phishing. Phishing is this kind of, when you look at it in the layman language, if you go to the farm, fish farming that you want to fish, you put your bait, your rope, and everything in the water, and the fish will get attracted to the water, to the bait, and they can get it off. So that was like fishing. So they will send something to you that will lure you, that will attract you, like an only port. So when you get that, you open it up and you are in for it. So after opening that, the website or the email address or the email package is sent to you, or the message is sent to you, the malware will now be dropped on your network. So malware will be looking for somebody. They will be looking for somebody that has the crown jewel. Maybe who is that person that has the privilege, they have the right, the key, and that's the admin person. So as soon as the malware gets hold of the admin person, they can start towards to the hacker, to the threat factor, threat actor, somewhere through a kind of a control callback. We got that command and control callback. So that's the connection between the malware residing on the host or the infected host to the server, the hacker server. So the hacker server and the malware will be communicating. So the hacker will be remotely communicating to do this, to do that, to get the information from the admin and all that, and they can now exfiltrate or export all your data or your privileged information and that from the network. That's how it normally works. So Cisco is now coming on board to see how we can protect ourselves from all this. Let's look at the security challenge we face nowadays. And we have the malware and ransomware. These are bad neighborhoods that we have. Malware is like the advanced form of virus, like the bad software. So we also have ransomware. And ransomware is like, you all know what ransomware means. When if your host or your resources is if you'll be asked to pay some ransom, you can lock down your hard drive, you can lock down your resources, and they will ask you to demand you to pay some ransom, maybe in Bitcoin or something like that. So before they can release, or sometimes they might not release it. So that's ransomware, So that's another challenge. That's one challenge we are facing. Another one is that we have gaps in visibility. Like I've said earlier, that we have many resources that are not within the reach of the network, of the IT personnel. We have people working from different places, working from customer side. So we have a lot of poor visibility and coverage. So that's another. So I've said we have other things like cloud application. A lot of people are rolling on into cloud application. We have the shadow IT. A lot of applications that the IT guys are not aware of. A lot of people are doing that in many companies, and that's what is the order we did now. A lot of our applications are online and on the cloud. And the era of multi-cloud too is setting in. So that's another challenge we have. The last one is about our security challenge in-house. We are understaffed. Most IT companies, most companies are understaffed with the security guys. And these security guys, they find it difficult, and they also manage the content hard to struggle with the security, silo security infrastructure that they have in-house. So all these constitute or cause some complexity or difficulty in managing security points. So these are all the challenges we face to allow us to safeguard us, that can safeguard us from all these security threats flying around. Like what Gartner has said, and they give estimate that 25% of corporate data traffic will definitely bypass security, perimeter security, and that is what is happening now, because a lot of us, we don't work in a single place, we work in every place and secure the major perimeter. So now Cisco is now coming on board with something they call Cisco Umbrella. Cisco Umbrella is like before, about many years ago, more than 12 years. It started from home use. They call it Open DNS. Open DNS is a kind of situation. You guys know what DNS is, domain name services. Many times if you want to access any network or you are going to any site, you have to do a DNS query. You send your request, launch your request. And normally what happens is that most of the domain name, they are in like in IP addresses. So the IP addresses, cram all of them. We can't put them off. You can't learn all of them by heart. So we have to know the domain name, like Cisco.com, Google.com, CNN.com. That's what we know. We don't know the IP addresses of those guys. So the DNS server, that's the function of the DNS services or server. They are one that will resolve your IP address with the domain name. So if you are going to any site, maybe Cisco.com, when you launch it, click your type Cisco.com on your browser, it goes to your ISP. Majorly ISP, they will resolve your DNS for you. So actually, you look up at your domain name, which is Cisco.com. You have their ISP, they have their DNS server there, your DNS services in their domain. They will now resolve the Cisco.com and go and look for the Cisco server. So similarly, if you are going to CNN.com on your web browser, you launch CNN.com, you type it out. You launch it, go to your ISP. ISP will resolve it. You will look at it, CNN.com, the domain name. You now go and find the IP address. You now go and fetch the server of the CNN.com. You bring it to you. So now let's look at it. If you are going to a bad site, a site that is not good or that can affect your network, when you launch it, maybe the website is www.bad.com or www.honeypot.com. So when you click this, definitely when you launch it on your browser, definitely it will take you to that site. Nothing will block it. Even your ISP doesn't have the visibility to block it off. So while you are going to that, when you get to that, your ISP, you will look at it, www.honeypot.com, they will resolve it, they will go and look for that server, and it bring it back to you. And when it gets to your network, it will affect your network, they will log down your network, and that is when they will now affect your network. So Cisco is now coming that, okay, what can we do? What we can do is that we want a first line of defense. That before you even get to the bad site, before you even reach the bad site, we will intervene and we will hijack your traffic. So if the traffic is going to a good site, we will look at it, we will allow it to go. That's what Cisco Umbrella is doing. So if the traffic is going to, you block it, or if it is going to not, you can call or do a deeper inspection on that side. So that is what Cisco Umbrella is. Cisco Umbrella is standing in between, or is before you can go to any side, they stand in between. They will check where you are going. If it's a good side, they will allow you to go. If it's a bad side, they will tell you it's a bad side and you're not allowed to go to that side, or they will quarantine the side, or they block that side. So that is Cisco Umbrella. That's the function of Cisco Umbrella. So let's continue. Who resolve your DNS? No, like I've said earlier on, that mostly it is our ISP that resolve our DNS domain request. Because when most companies have DNS server in their organization, they have the particular DNS server. But majorly the ISP, they resolve the DNS for you. And the ISP generally, they don't have the visibility of what is going on around where the site you are going. So these are some of the challenges we face in the not having a centralized DNS service. Now, number one, multiple internet service providers. Look at this scenario whereby we have a company, we have a branch office, we have a location A, all of them, they select to different ISP. Even if a worker that is working from home is not going, but we don't actually have different ISP. So in this, most of them, they go through the direct internet approach. They log into the internet directly. They don't go through the HQ again. That is what is going on nowadays. But what we are looking at a centralized DNS service, whereby all the ISP will be together. So the user forget to always turn on VPN. Yes, another thing that usually always forget to turn VPN. They feel it's very slow to connect to VPN, and sometimes it's kind of expensive to some branch. So all these give what a kind of different format. When we have different ISP resolving your DNS, and it's a company, it's the same company. We will have different, DNS formats. That will DNS log format. So and this is not going to be something better for the security points of the company. So this is what we are now trying to look at. We are now introducing Cisco Umbrella that will now stand in between your request and the site you are going. So any request you are doing now will go globally. It will go centrally to Umbrella resolver. So the Umbrella will now be standing in as a form of DNS. So it's the one that will be resolving your traffic for you. So any site you are going, it will firstly go to the Umbrella network. The Umbrella will look at it, check your domain where you are going. If it's a risky domain, it will not allow you to go there. If it's a bad domain, it will block it off. And if it's a good site or good domain, it will allow you to go to that domain. So that is that. So the power of Umbrella. Now, we have talked about malware, and we talk about malware is like I've said, is a kind of advanced form of virus. It's a bad software that can affect our networks. So we all talk about command and control callbacks. That is the connection between the hacker and the malware on the infested hosts in your network. And phishing, I think we have talked about phishing too. So most of all these, most of us, we have our corporate security endpoints, We have the firepower, web security appliances, also to the endpoint security, AMP and all that. We have that. Now, branch offices, we have ASA too sitting there. Mostly in other branch offices, they have Meraki, MX sitting there too. And roaming users too, they have their any connect and other security point that is running on their devices. So saying that you should not use all these endpoint security that you have in your organization. You should not throw them away. They are still good, but we should also want to add another extra layer, and that is what we call Cisco Umbrella. Cisco Umbrella is just an extra layer that will give security to giving you protection. They block malware before you the enterprise. Before you get it, they will notify you about the bad side and they block it up. This deployment is very easy, no special skill required. It's very easy to deploy. Tell you later towards the end of the slide. And no delay, because a lot of people complain that okay, since Umbrella is now very, and the deployment can be done in about less than 30 minutes. So how does it really work? On the internet traffic, on your network or off the network, if you are in the network or you are a roaming user, so you launch your what? Maybe you have your normal Umbrella subscription. So you launch your browser going to a particular site. Umbrella will interface, it will hijack the traffic. It will do normal DNS. Because do DNS look up for you. When you are going to, you check it. If it's a good site, it will allow you to go safe destination. You can go. But if it's a block site, it's a site that is bad, automatically it will notify you, will block the site, that you can't go to this site. It's a bad site. And this is also a site that is a risky site. There are some sites that are risky. When you look at our Facebook nowadays, you see there are some companies hide. Facebook is a very good site, it's a safe site, but some companies will go and hide under Facebook. They will put their page, post their pages there. Now, okay, anybody that wants to buy something, they can go there and buy. So meanwhile, they are bad side, but they can do their advert there. They are bad, so they are hiding under good sites. There are some sites like that, they will hide under good sites. So that kind of site is called advertising. So if Umbrella hijack that kind of site or that kind of domain, Umbrella will do a deep packet inspection on that site before it can release it. We'll do a deep packet inspection, check if it's a good site or it's not a good site. If it's a risky site, we'll kind of quarantine it and do a deeper inspection. So this is how Cisco Umbrella works. So Umbrella, like I've said earlier, it prevents our connection before and during the attack. Before you are exposed to a link, a domain on the bad side, Umbrella will protect you. It will prevent you to get to that site. It will block that site, either through you are going through phishing method or through web link or through email or all that. So Umbrella will block you out. Or if eventually you force your connection in, some people will force their connection in. They won't mind if it's a bad side or good side, they will still force the connection in. If you force your connection in and the hacker, they've got control of your network and they are doing a kind of command and control callback with their host or their malware residing on your hosts or infested hosts in your network. So Umbrella can still stop that communication. Umbrella can still stop that if your network is already infected. Umbrella can still stop it. You can hijack the network and stop it. Okay, so that's the thing the Umbrella can do. Bar you from going to that side, risky side or bad side, or if eventually you got yourself in a mess, you're in the bad side already, Umbrella can still cut off the command and control session. So Umbrella can pretty well integrate with some of our existing security endpoints, like the threat analysis feed from ARM Threatbrick and work with that. They can work with FireEye, normally Cisco Cloud, that's cloud security or Cisco. Python script. So they can work with anything, you know. They can integrate with all major and some validated security endpoints. And they can even work from Meraki too. They can work with Meraki, the integration between Meraki and Umbrella. So let's view their intelligence. So per day, Cisco Umbrella can do a kind of the DNS request. They are handling about 100 billion DNS requests in a day, cutting across 85 million, more than 85 million daily active users in about 160 plus, over 160 countries worldwide. And over, so that's what they can do. They have a high visibility of internet and they have visibility of what is going on the traffic pattern. Even when any new site that is coming up, they have visibility because they work with Talos are kind of a Cisco agency. They are part of Cisco too. They have the telemetry, they have the intelligence of the threats on the network, on the internet. So Cisco Umbrella work with them. They have synchronization with. So they are good at what? These are applications. They can discover about 3 million daily domain names. Every domain name you can discover, new domain name you can discover that. And they can identify like 63 plus malicious destination. Any destination they can identify more than 60,000 malicious destinations. And they also can enforce policies. When I'm saying malicious destination policy, while resolving DNS, you can do that. So they are very good at this. So where do they reside? Cisco Umbrella, they reside on 25 major data center in the collocated data center around the world, major ISP, Internet Exchange Points. So they have about 25 data center there that are collocated in there. So the nearest to us is South Africa. In our region, nearest is South Africa, and the other region to Asia, we have Australia, we have US, America, we have Europe, we have too, So we have 25 in all. That's the that we have now as this Umbrella. So there are a lot of people complain that Umbrella doesn't resolve fast because Umbrella is not hijacking our DNS services, DNS requests. So how fast is Umbrella? Umbrella is very fast. When we look at North America, Umbrella is like 18, milliseconds to resolve. For Europe is 44. For Asia Pacific is this. For Latin America is this. For Africa is 102. So Google is the next one, that can resolve DNS fast. But the reason why we have in Africa 102 is that it depends. If you have many data centers around you, in Africa we only have one data center that is hosting Umbrella. It's only in South Africa. So like North America, they have many data centers. If you can look, let me take you back. In North America, you can see they have many data centers around. So if one data center is causing delay or is not resolving fast, you can easily route to another data center. If another one is not working well, you can route to another one. So they have a lot of high availability of data centers in high cluster, our availability of data centers around the American region, and also in the Asia region too. That's how we have low latency, compared to other ones in Africa. So these are the ranges of the delay we have from North America across to Africa. So, like I've said earlier on, Cisco Umbrella, they see everything. They see where attacks are staged. When hackers are trying to, make up their attacks, trying to do their reconnaissance attempts, the Umbrella can see, they can know, and they also see their affiliates. They see who they are talking to. They know where they are from. They know who they are having affiliate with. So they can easily track any activity, and analyze and track any activity in a unique way. So that's what Umbrella can see. They can see many network of hackers, network of threat actors, network of command and control servers. They can see them, so they know how to easily track and know that this search are going is from the bad side. So retention capability. Now, normally, Umbrella can retain for retain information, the logs information for about 30 days. But you know, sometimes the need might arise, and maybe there's a kind of incident that happened 2 years ago, and you want to find out what really happened around that time, what happened. They want to get the CIA want to get security information, the DNS. They want to get the logs of the activity that happened around that site or around that event, maybe 2 years ago. So Umbrella doesn't have that capability to retain longer period. So what they do is that they integrate with Amazon S3. Amazon S3, the cloud storage provider, they integrate with them. So every 10 minutes, most of the logs they go to the Amazon S3 storage, and that is you can. So anytime they want to get an information of what happened around that particular, you can easily go to Amazon S3 to retrieve their information. Also, we also have some API that can be built to the edge, to the SIM, so the OS can also communicate with that data for further analytics or other things. So how do you deploy the Cisco Umbrella? The deployment can come in two options. If you have deployment on your roaming client, also show you all this. For the roaming user, what you need to do is just to have any connect on your device. And when you have any connect on your device, on your roaming device, your clients, you need to download from the Umbrella dashboard. That's something we call Umbrella Security Module. So you download the Umbrella Security Module on your endpoints. So the endpoint also, the Umbrella Security Module, we have to write on the Cisco AnyConnect. The Cisco AnyConnect is supposed to be the latest version. So the Umbrella AnyConnect, the Umbrella Roaming Security Module you downloaded will sit on the AnyConnect on your endpoints, on your roaming endpoints, and with that you can gain visibility, and you can have access to the Umbrella functionality. So that's how to deploy Umbrella for your roaming clients. You need, once again, you need your roaming security module, Umbrella roaming security module installed on your endpoint together with AnyConnect latest version. So that is how you use it on your mobile devices. And everything will be now point towards Umbrella IP address. So all your DNS server, the DNS address that we put will be removed. So we have to point everything to Umbrella. So any traffic that is coming, or if you launch any browser or any link or any domain, you have to hit the Umbrella's entity. So Umbrella will now look at the domain, do a kind of look up, check if it's a good site or a bad site before it can allow you to do. So this is all your deployment model. It's very easy to deploy. When you sign up with Cisco, you buy the Umbrella license, sign up, and you point your DNS address. So this address you are seeing, this is the Umbrella address, and that's all. That's all. You are done. So that's all. It's very easy to deploy. I said earlier on, it doesn't require any skill or high-coded skill to deploy it. So this is another deployment option I said earlier on. When we have is a roaming user. When we talk about the AnyConnect with the Umbrella security module, and you can deploy it on site too, like some of our wireless LAN controller, some ISR 4K. They have some integration too they can do this too. They can deploy on that. And also, if you are somebody that have the DNS or DHCP servers on site, you know, so you can also work on that. You can integrate on that too. These are our deployment model. Work on your main client on the work on site. So I mentioned earlier on that the Umbrella started from what we call it open DNS, you know. So and they've given Cisco, they've given some free trial that you can use for home use only. At the only time we are home, you can try and check open DNS for home use. You can use that, to protect yourself and your family at home. But nowadays there are a lot of things going on around, a lot of phishing attacks going on around. Now people will be sending kind of message to you that if you want to get any relief fund or anything about this coronavirus, click decide or they send some mails to you. So don't open any mail, So with all these things, even if it's a kind of a phishing attempt, and if you have Umbrella, definitely Umbrella will know this is a kind of attempt from the hackers, so they will block it off. So a lot of people are flying around, they warn us that we should be careful, mindful of any mails or any link we see nowadays, telling them about how to get the relief from COVID-19. So a lot of mails are flying around, a lot of websites are flying around, a lot of links are flying around. So be mindful of the link you're going to click. So just try to get this home use Umbrella. I've tried.
Thank you everybody for joining us. We have a short quiz now. I'm just going to take you through my screen and you all can join there. Can everybody join the link on the top of the page, polev.com/moneyplan085. Thank you everybody for joining us. We'd like to end the seminar here.